Hi, I'm Jack Canfield, author of The Success Principles and co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And I'm here today at the Author Success Retreat that I do with Steve Harrison. And I want to introduce you to one of our attendees, Colleen Yanez. Now, Colleen is a dedicated educator with 25 years of experience as an administrator, a coach, and a regular and a special education teacher. With more than 12 years of coaching teens and adults, she's now transitioning to a full-time career as an author and coach, inspired by her heartfelt book about her paralyzed Cocker Spaniel named Jack, and her experience as a middle school teacher and administrator. Now, Colleen, as you know, it's common for people with disabilities to be judged or misunderstood by others. So what does your story about your dog, Jack, teach people about disabilities that can make a difference for them?
Sure. So as somebody who has been in education for over 25 years, I've often seen people with disabilities or different abilities treated differently by not only other people, but by themselves, and misperceived about what they can and can't do. My real life dog, Jack, was in a wheelchair for 11 years, but he never knew it. He still got into everything. He chased squirrels, terrorized his older dog sister, went on walks, and even got involved in shenanigans like slipping through a doggy door during a snowstorm and getting wrapped around Christmas lights and taking down the Christmas tree.
Wow.
Yeah. For me, my story, I just really want people to embody and embrace that spirit that no matter if you're different, if you have different abilities, that you can do anything you set your mind to, and being different is just okay.
Now, tell people about Jack a little bit. I've seen the picture of you with him,
Yep.
and he something happened to his back and his back legs. He wasn't able to move them, and so you created like a sling with wheels on it for his body that he could then pedal with his front feet and get himself around quite well, evidently. And tell us a story about him, or maybe it's some aspect of the book that you've written about him.
Sure. So I actually got the wheelchair online, dogonwheels.com.
Mm-hmm.
Jack was 2 when he was paralyzed. He slipped a disc in his back. And I really want kids to know that it doesn't happen to many dogs. We didn't catch it on time. And so then he became paralyzed. Jack, in the book, running around chasing a squirrel, and he did always chase animals, but then he got locked out of the backyard. That never happened to the real life dog. But in the dog book, he goes on an adventure where he runs through the neighborhood, meets his new best friend, and does this special spin on one wheel move. That's his signature move to get away from these bully animals. And it's really fun.
Well, I love it. It's also it kind of because we've all felt lost. I mean, whether we got the wrong exit on the freeway or, whatever. Literally, I went somewhere recently, went 30 miles out of our way before we found out where we're supposed to be. But we've been lost as an individual, freshman year on college campus, et cetera. And I think this story helps parents and teachers and the kids talk about those experiences. I think that's one of the brilliant things about children's books when they're good, like yours is, that there's a story there that they can relate to, and then they can talk about how it relates to their life. It opens up a conversation, if you will, and also teaches a lesson without beating you over the head with it. So I appreciate you having written that. And I just want to let people know too, because I'm going to tell them how to get in touch with you in a moment, that you are also working on a book for middle school teachers that has some amazingly valuable information. I told you earlier today that I was a high school teacher for many years, and I read that book, as much as you've written so far, and I literally went, oh my gosh, I wish I'd known that when I was starting out teaching. So 25 years of experience that you need a mentor. Your book is a mentor. And so I just want people to know that you have that ability as well. And just coaching parents and kids on anyone that does with middle school issues, you're someone that knows what to do about all that. So thank you for joining us at this retreat. Thank you for joining me for this interview. And thank you for the work you're doing in the world, because I think it's really valuable.
Well, thank you. And thanks for everything you just said, your kind words, and for all of your time. I appreciate it immensely.
You're very welcome. And for those of you watching, up on the screen now, you'll see some information about where you can get in touch with Colleen, her book, and her work.